Taking some time now to settle the body before we begin our class. So sit in a comfortable position with the legs crossed or out in front or whatever feels comfortable for you. The spine should be straight and the head and neck aligned with the spine, the eyes and the mouth lightly closed, and the hands on the knees in a mudra of your choice. The shoulders should be back and down, but relaxed, opening up the chest. Take a long, deep inhalation. And as you exhale, allow the exhalation to separate you from the events of the day. And take another long, deep inhalation. This time on the exhalation, release all of the interactions and conversations that you've had today, whatever form they've taken. Just let them all go. And again, another long, deep inhalation. This time on the exhalation, release any thoughts or feelings of obligation of anything you need to do outside of this class, and give yourself the gift of being right here and right now. There's nothing else you need to do at this present moment. And return now to the natural breath, just observing the natural breath at the nostrils, witnessing on the inhalation how it fills the abdomen with air and the chest with air. And then on the exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. And the theme for this class is openness and acceptance. So with all of the postures and practices that we do, listen to your body and just accept where you are and be open to anything that is new, and observe how your mind and your body responds. And with the focus on listening to your body, in a moment we will move the awareness through the body, through each body part. And as we do, please pay careful attention to any pain or any irritation in each body part. And just be mindful of this when we do the practices in the class today. Move the awareness first into the soles of the feet, and checking in on how the soles of the feet are feeling at this moment. And gently raise the awareness up into the ankles, up through the shins and the calves. Spending some time in the knee joints. Moving the awareness into the thighs and the buttocks. Placing the awareness now in the hands, so feeling the hands against the knees, and then gently raising the awareness up through the hands into the wrists, into the forearms, the elbows, the upper arms, and into the shoulders. And bringing the awareness into the torso, up through the front of the body, and then around to the back of the body, up through the spine, through each vertebrae and up into the neck. Bringing the awareness down to the back of the head, the crown of the head, around to the face and releasing all expression on the face before resting the awareness at the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together we'll chant Om 3 times and the Shanti mantra to pay respect to our yogic traditions and to each other so we can all learn together. Breathing in for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinadvadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. And we're going to begin the asana part of the class from a standing position. So very carefully and mindfully come up to standing. And before we begin, first of all, just ensure that the weight is evenly spread across the right and the left leg, that you are balanced, that you feel steady and comfortable on your feet. The arms should be loose by the sides. And again, the head and neck are in line with the spine. Shoulders are back and down, but relaxed. Just take a few moments first just to feel that steadiness and comfort in the standing position. And our first posture will be Tadasana, the palm tree pose. So with the feet together, and first actually finding a point on the wall that's not moving so you can fix your gaze and remain steady. Clasp the hands in front of the body with the palms facing down. And then first of all, with the arms straight, raise them above the head, stretching up through the torso. And then raising the heels off the floor, so coming onto the front of the feet, raising the heels, stretching up through the body, imagining like you're a rubber band stretching up. And then as you exhale, bring the hands to the top of the head and bring the heels back down to the floor. So this is one round. Complete another 4 rounds, trying to hold the final round a little bit longer than the others. And it's perfectly fine to breathe when you are up in the upright position. So inhaling as you move up, and if you stay up there, remember to exhale and inhale while you're there. And just taking your own time. And again, just accepting how you feel and how steady you are in the practice today. When you reach your final round, your 5th round, come back to that standing Shavasana from where we began, from the standing position, with the arms down by the sides, feet steady, weight evenly placed, head and neck aligned with the spine and the eyes closed. For our next practice, bringing the feet about hip width apart just to improve our balance and on both sides of the body. Begin with the arms crossed, the wrists crossed in front of the body, tilting the head a little bit up, but not completely back. Inhale. As you're inhaling, bring the crossed arms up above the head, stretching up through the torso. Exhale, opening up with the palms up towards the ceiling and open the arms up to shoulder height, stretching out through the arms and the chest. Inhale, crossing the arms above the head again. Exhale, gently bringing the arms down to the beginning position on the exhalation. This is 1 round. Complete another 4 rounds. Really trying to coordinate the breath with the movement. Aiming for that body, breath, mind connection. Closing the eyes, if that's workable for you, can really help to increase the ability to go within with this practice. Again, helping to achieve stillness. And again, after you've finished your 5th round in your own time, come back to the standing Shavasana. And in the standing Shavasana, with the eyes closed, just observe the effects on the body of the practices so far, but also the effects on the mind. So observe where the mind is going with the practices, and also allowing the breath to regulate. Our next practice will be a spinal twist, Kati Chakrasana. So again, spine straight. Bring the arms out to the side. Bring the left hand to the right shoulder and wrap the right arm behind the waist, gazing over the right shoulder, feeling that twist on the spine. Now, in this posture, you can twist the hips, or you can keep the hips straight ahead. So whatever works for you. Inhale, bring the arms out to the side, and then exhale as you bring the right arm to the left shoulder, wrapping the left arm behind the waist, gazing over the left shoulder. Again, feeling that twist in the spine. Complete another 4 rounds. You can either go at a slower pace, or if you would like to do this practice more dynamically, please feel free to do what works for you. But just take some time in the posture just to feel that spinal twist. And after your fifth round, again, just take a few moments to observe the effects of the practice. And when it's right for you, come down onto your hands and knees with the hands directly underneath the shoulders and the knees directly below the hips, ensuring the spine straight. The head is in a neutral position. So your body should be in the shape of a box-like formation. Inhale, bring the head up towards the ceiling and then arch the abdomen towards the floor, stretching through the arms. Exhale, bring the head in between the arms, arch the back up towards the ceiling. Also stretch through the arms, feeling that stretch in the spine. This is one round. Complete another 4 rounds. Again, coordinating the breath with the movement, aiming for that body, breath, mind connection. Observing what's happening in the mind and the body throughout the practice. And after your 5th round, come back into Shashankasana. And release the body into the posture. Letting everything go. Now we're going to do from Shashankasana, we're going to alternate. So we're going to do, and we'll do this 5 times. We'll go from Shashankasana into the mountain posture. So I'll demonstrate first. So in Shashankasana, then tuck the toes underneath. So they're on the floor. And then raise the buttocks and the legs up onto the feet, trying to ensure their heels are as lowest to the floor as possible. Their head is between the arms and your bottom is like the peak of the mountain. Hold for 3 to 5 breaths and then come back into Shashankasana. And then when it's right for you again, come back up into mountain posture. Observing how each time your heels will be able to move closer to the floor. And you'll feel the muscles in your calves release even further. And release into the floor in Shashankasana. final round, which you'll end up in Shashankasana, coming to the base position, Parambit. So after you've released and you're ready, come back up. Bring the legs out in front of the body. The hands behind the buttocks with the fingers pointing away. And close the eyes in the posture again. Just taking some time to witness what's happening in the mind and body in response to the practices. Next, we'll do Tatali Asana, the butterfly posture. So bringing the feet in front of the buttocks and the soles of the feet together, and check in with your posture to make sure your spine is straight. Bring the heels towards the body as close as possible without straining. Clasp the hands around the feet and allow the knees to fall towards the floor. Opening up the hips. Inhale, bring the knees towards the arms. Exhale, bring the knees towards the floor, observing the opening of the hip joints. Complete 10 slow rounds. After your final round, bring the knees together and bring the legs out in front of the body again. Back to base position. And again, taking a few moments to observe the effects of the practice. And our final posture will be a forward bend. So beginning with the spine straight, legs together, bringing the arms above the head, stretching up through the torso, inhaling, and then as you reach forward, exhale, and place the hands where is right for you. So for some people, it might be here. It's all about accepting where you are today. Might be on the shins, might be on the ankles. The main aim is to keep the back straight, might be on the toes. Keep the head up for the first few rounds. Depending on where you're at, you may be able to put the arms on the floor so that the elbows on the floor next to the legs. Depends on where you're at. And again, it's all about accepting where you are. And hold. And then bring the arms back. We'll do this 2 more times. So again, making sure that you're breathing throughout the practice. Inhale and stretching up through the torso. Exhale. Bring the hands down beside the legs if possible, or wherever you are. And you'll notice with each round, you'll be able to go further. Just naturally without pushing. And then come back And the final round, try and hold for a little bit longer. Hold for 5 breaths. Stretching up, inhaling, exhaling, bringing the body forward. If you're at the level where you can put your head down, feel free to do that. And just know that the more that you do the practices, gradually over time, the more you'll be able to move into them. And when you have finished the practices, your final round, coming to a comfortable sitting position to prepare for pranayama. And please take your own time in doing this. So in a comfortable sitting position with your spine straight, head and neck are aligned, shoulders are back and down, relaxed but opening up the chest and the lungs. Hands are on your knees in a mudra of your choice, closing the eyes and just allowing the breath to regulate first, just observing the natural breath. And also observing the effects of all the practices that we've done so far. And our pranayama practice for this class will be Nadi Shodhanam. So for this practice, please put the right hand up towards the face, the first and the middle finger at the eyebrow center, making sure the head is up and straight. Covering the right nostril with the thumb, inhale through the left nostril to the eyebrow center, cover the left nostril with the ring finger, and then uncover the right, exhaling out of the right nostril. Ensuring the breath too is coming from the abdomen, not to a shallow breath from the upper chest. Inhaling through the right nostril, covering the right, uncovering the left, exhaling from the left. So it's in through the left to the eyebrow center and out through the right, and then in through the right to the eyebrow center and out through the left. If you have your own count for this practice, please feel free to use that. And if you normally pause and retain the breath between each part of the round, feel free to do that as well, as long as you're doing it comfortably, you're not gasping for air. And this practice was chosen because it is a wonderful practice for bringing balance and calm to the mind and the nervous system. And we'll do this for a couple of minutes. And now when you next exhale out of the left nostril, release the hand, but keep the eyes closed and observe the breath through both nostrils to the eyebrow center. And now release the practice, returning to the natural breath. And please gently and mindfully lie down into Shavasana to prepare for the practice of Yoga Nidra. And depending on where you are, ensure that you are warm enough or cool enough and comfortable so that you don't need to move throughout the practice. If you need a cushion to put under your knees to support the back, please feel free. So lying down in Shavasana with the legs hip width away from the body and all tension released from the legs so that the feet loll to the sides. The arms are a little bit away from the body with the palms facing the sky. And there's balance between the left and the right side of the body. You may like to tuck in your chin a little just to check that the head and neck are aligned. The eyes and the mouth are lightly closed. Take a long, deep yogic breath in now. And as you exhale, allow the body to melt into the floor. Take another long, deep inhalation now. And as you exhale, release any remaining tension in the body. Release any expression on the face. Check that you are not clenching your jaw or tightening the muscles behind your eyes. Just let it all go. And feel the body's contact against the floor. Feel the heels against the floor. Feel the back of the legs and the buttocks against the floor. Feel the backs of the hands and the arms against the floor. Feel the back against the floor and the contact of the shoulders and the back of the neck against the floor. And feel the back of the head against the floor. And observe how all of these different points of contact create one singular point of contact between the body and the floor. And become aware now of sounds. First, listening for sounds that are way off in the distance. Avoid trying to identify or name the sounds. Just move your awareness from one sound to the next as you hear it. Bring the sound awareness a little closer now to the sounds that are outside the room where you are. Just moving the awareness from sound to sound. Now bring the sound awareness inside the room where you are. we bring the sound awareness even closer now to sounds inside the body. First, observe the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. And now hear the sound and feel the sensation of the natural breath. Release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. We'll now rotate the awareness around the body. Please listen to my instructions. When I name a body part, please place your awareness there. Mentally repeat the name of that part and visualize that body part. We'll begin with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger. Palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now over to the left side of the body with the left hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now to the back of the body with the heels, the back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the entire spinal column. the back of the head, and the crown of the head. Moving now around to the face, beginning with the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center, the eyes, the ears, the cheeks, the nose, the lips, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat. The right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest. The right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel. The right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin. The whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together. The whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together. The whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. Release the body rotation and bring the awareness now back to the natural breath. Observe how subtle the natural breath has now become. And also observe the rise and fall of the navel in response to the natural breath. And we'll now add a visualization to the natural breath according to my instructions. Imagine with each inhalation that you are drawing in a warm golden light. This light fills your lungs and spreads throughout your body, bringing a sense of openness and acceptance. And as you exhale, visualize that you are releasing any tension or resistance. And on the exhalation, you feel your body becoming more open and receptive with each breath. And if the mind wanders throughout this breath visualization, remember to use the breath like an anchor to bring it right back. Release the breath visualization now. And instead, feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body is feeling hotter and hotter. The body feels as though it's standing under the warm rays of the sun, and the body feels the heat gently warming the skin and bringing a sense of comfort and relaxation. The body's feeling hotter and hotter, like it's standing under the warm rays of the sun. Release the feeling of heat now and replace it instead with a feeling of coldness. The body's feeling colder and colder. The body feels as though it's standing under a cool, shady tree. The body feels the refreshing coolness of the air on the skin. The body's feeling colder and colder, like it's standing under a cool, shady tree. Release this feeling of coldness now. Replace it now with a feeling of heaviness. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels as though it's lying on a soft, sandy beach, and the body feels like it's becoming heavier and sinking deeper into the sand. The body feels supported and grounded as it sinks more deeply into the sand. Release this feeling of heaviness now. Exchange it instead with a feeling of lightness. The body is feeling lighter and lighter. The body feels as though it's floating in a clear blue sky. The body feels light and buoyant. The body feels weightless from any burdens or tension. The body's feeling lighter and lighter, as though it's floating in a clear blue sky. Release this feeling of lightness now. Release all of these sensations completely and allow the body to come back to a state of equilibrium. Instead, come to the space of the mind, the space behind the closed eyes, also known as Chittakash. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize, create the following objects and images. You are standing at the edge of a serene ocean shore at dawn. The sky is painted with soft hues of pink, orange, and purple as the sun begins to rise. The water is calm and gentle waves lap at your feet and create a soothing rhythm. As you walk along the shore, you feel the soft, wet sand beneath your feet and the gentle breeze on your skin. And you smell the sweet scent of frangipanis in the air. Each step brings you a sense of peace and tranquility. The vast expanse of the ocean that stretches out before you reminds you of the infinite possibilities and boundless nature of your own potential. You find a comfortable spot on the sand and lie down and feel the cool, damp earth beneath you. And as you lie there, the golden light of the rising sun shines down on you and fills you with warmth and a sense of openness. The gentle waves of the ocean wash over you, cleansing away any tension or resistance. And each wave brings a sense of calm and relaxation and allows you to sink deeper into a state of peace and acceptance. The rhythm of the waves sync with your breath, creating a harmonious flow. And you feel fully present in this moment, embracing the openness and acceptance that the ocean represents. And as you absorb the energy of the ocean and the rising sun, you feel your heart opening and your mind becoming clear, and your body relaxes completely. And you embrace this feeling of openness and acceptance, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be at this present moment. And with this feeling in your mind and your heart, it's time to come back to your mat and leave this beautiful scene behind, and lying back now on your mat, call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And allow the breath to deepen in the body. And as you do, observe how the breath creates movement in the body. Observe how it moves the back against the floor on the inhalation. Check in with your body now and observe how you feel right at this moment. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. Begin to remember the details of the room that you are in. Remember the color of the walls and the floor, the color of your mat and coverings. Remember the time of day, and begin to hear the sounds around you, and remember now the world attached to those sounds. Begin to make small movements with the fingers and the toes, allowing the body to gently externalize. Move and stretch in a way that's right for you. And when you're ready, you may like to lie on your right side for a few moments before very gently and mindfully coming up to a comfortable sitting position with the eyes closed and down or downcast, just to make sure that you retain this peaceful state that you've created. Taking your own time, and sitting now in a comfortable position, we'll move the awareness through the body like we did at the beginning of the class, just now to compare how you feel at this moment with at the beginning when we started. So bringing the awareness now into the soles of the feet and checking in with the body as you bring the awareness up through the feet into the ankles and right up through the legs, from the shins and calves into the knees and into the thighs and buttocks, back into the hands and the wrists, and right up through the arms, right up through the shoulders and into the neck, and also up through the torso, checking in with the front of the body and into the back as well, up through the spine, and bringing the awareness into the back of the head, the crown of the head, and around into the face before gently resting the awareness at the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together now, we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude the class. Breathing in for Om chanting. Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.